Alright, so I'm going to recap and go through the sequence of events that went down when Bucciarati attempted to deliver Trish to the boss. And so this happened through episodes 20 and 21. I'm going to recap the entirety of the events that went down. Let's get into it. So the crew is on a mini boat, and the boss's final message is to go to San Giorgio Maggiore Island to deliver his daughter Trish. And there's a couple rules in the process that they must follow. So only one person must deliver her with no weapons and no phones when they go in, and the others must remain on the boat. Now the crew, they arrive on the island, and Bucciarati takes one of Giorno's ladybug brooches, which is activated by gold experience, to make it a living thing to track it. Bruno and Trish walk inside, and Trish starts getting nervous as she wonders what will happen to her since she's being taken to a father she's never met before. Bruno reveals to her that she will most likely have to change her identity, but life will become more peaceful as a result. Now in the elevator, Trish disappears out of nowhere, and all Bruno sees is her hand remaining as the blood just squirts down. Bruno starts wondering if the boss lured them here to kill his own daughter. Bruno zips an opening out the elevator and sees a man carrying Trish, so he has Giorno's ladybug attached to his butt for tracking purposes. Bruno later on encounters the boss and is told to just leave, but Bruno attacks with sticky fingers but is blocked. Trish is now on the ground, unconscious, so Bruno runs towards her and reattaches her hand. Bruno then calls Giorno, and Giorno lets him know where the boss is hiding. Bruno then attacks the boss, which is hiding behind a pillar, but sees that he attacked a reflection of himself. King Crimson then appears and pierces through Bruno's stomach from the back. We're back with the crew, and Giorno has realized that Bruno attached the brooch to the boss, and Giorno understands that something is wrong, so he approaches the church as he lets Bruno know that he's on his way. Bruno seals his wound with zipper, then goes for an attack on King Crimson, but he races time as the boss goes into a dark void and forecasts Bucciarati's future actions. The boss then karate chops the area between Bruno's shoulders and traps, and as a result causes Bruno to fall to the ground. The boss goes over to Trish in an attempt to kill his own daughter, but the ladybug brooch sucks the boss inside due to gold experience cloning the turtle Coco Jumbo and its stand Mr. President. King Crimson eventually escapes and lets Bruno know that he realized Giorno is helping Bruno out and is another betrayer to him. Bruno attacks him with his unzipped hand, but the boss uses King Crimson to erase time and evade the attack. But Bruno's arm was actually after the pillar, and it zips up and he escapes. Giorno is now inside and encounters Bruno on the ground, and he attempts to heal his wound, but starts realizing that despite making new parts for his body, that Bruno's pulse is gone. Bruno later on finds a way to just rise up, and he tells Giorno that he must leave. The entire crew has now entered the church. The boss says he cannot reveal his identity to the 6 stand users, so he allows them to just leave. And now back on the mini boat, Bruno reveals to the crew that he has committed to betray the boss and tells the gang to leave if they please. Bruno lets them know that the boss was pursuing to kill his own daughter, and he was not willing to allow that. Giorno, of course, is willing to stay with Bruno. And then on the other hand, we see Fugo revealing that he will actually be going his separate way. Abacchio, on the other hand, stays loyal and will remain. Mista announces he will also be staying. Now Narancia is scared and confused as he asks Bruno for an order. Bruno, however, tells Narancia to just stay. The 4 then departure on the mini boat, and we see Narancia then starting to think about Trish's betrayal from her own father, which affects Narancia since her own father disowned him at a young age after his mom died. Narancia then starts swimming towards the boat like Michael Phelps on steroids and reveals that he will stay due to Trish's pain being his pain as well. And we see that Fugo remains a bitch and stays back. And that's it. Bruno went through hell throughout the process, and this just went to show these 2 episodes how great of a person Bruno Bucciarati is, because he literally did not have to go through all the fucking pain and blood that he went over this girl that he literally hasn't even known for over a week. But that just goes to show that he's such a great person, that he's seeing this father that's so willing to just murder his own daughter. And he's like, no, I'm not fucking with this. This man, the boss, is the biggest threat to the world that they're in. And he's willing to go to war against him just to do what's right and protect Trish.